Country morning, everybody, and it is a beautiful one. A little foggy. The birds are singing, squirrels are chirping. This is my place to be. I really hate to be leaving it, but today is our last day on this job. All we got to do is go down and fill in the fire pit where we burned all of that brush. And we've got this one here. We're probably going to wait for a rain, maybe a snow this winter, and I've got to build him a road all the way up that ridge. So there's a couple of projects left here to do. So we're going to get this fire pit covered up and graded over, and then we're going to hook everything up and head up to the next driveway job, which is our forte. So you guys enjoy the video, and as always, like, comment, and subscribe. Oil east good. Fuel on. Working here, and I really enjoyed getting to know the customer. But after a week of cleaning up brush, which I'm sure you guys are just about brain dead bored from watching me pull through brush, so luckily today is the last one here, and we're going to be moving on, like I said, to a driveway project, which makes some of my favorite time lapses because you can really see improvements happening. So we're gonna run down here and finish this one up. I do, like I said, I have to go up the hike across the mountain. He's flagged off where I got to cut a road in, so that'll be a nice little change of pace from having to sit in this thing for 8 and 12-hour days. Alright, so that went well. I can definitely see needing to purchase a small bulldozer here in the near future. So if you guys would, in the comments, tell me your thoughts and feelings on cat, deer, Komatsu, which dozers you've had experience with, and as far as the types of jobs I'm doing, I think around 20,000 pounds, maybe 25,000 pound dozer would be good. Most of what I do is with an excavator, but as far as something like this, a dozer would definitely be ideal. I could have done it in a quarter of the time. I just haven't really had luck with making a decision on one, so you guys help me out in the comments. Now we're going to move this machine on up and take a hike through the woods and see what we can do about building that road up there. Let's look at this. Check this out, guys. How cool is that? There's no telling exactly how long ago this road was cut in. I think he said that this wide area is where they were thinking they might put the second kind of grove park in, but something's been traveling through here, some kind of game trail. This you can see where water's just washing down this roadbed, but it's fun to imagine just exactly how long ago that was cut. And for machinery enthusiasts like me, how cool would it have been to see all those old, primitive, all mechanical machines cutting these in? It's just amazing. And how far we've come with machinery. But clearing and cutting roads is not a bad thing. A lot of people think, oh, you're destroying the earth. I can assure you, a few hundred years after people are gone, if we ever disappear, the earth will grow back and it will reclaim and heal itself. So take comfort in that and know that those of us out here who are clearing land, it's not that we don't care. We actually love being out here and making it accessible to people. Well, let's move on back down the mountain. Okay, playing devil's advocate on this upper side of this logging operation, it looks like they had some rhyme and reason going to it. You know, they've got brush pile here, and you can see that in a couple of places on their skid roads, they left debris piled in the road up here. Makes sense because it stops the roads from washing out and causing mudslides and stuff. And I don't mean by any of the past videos to feel like I was knocking loggers. I've got several friends who are loggers, but I've never done a logging operation this big. You know, we clear small lots and stuff, so if any of you guys out there who are loggers would like to weigh in the comments, I don't want this channel to become, you know, arguments and negativity. I want to be positive comments. I want, you know, people who are in the logging industry to have an opportunity to explain why and how the logging process occurs. And if you think that just tons and tons of debris is normal for a contracted timber harvest, you know, explain it to us and help the general public. You know, there's a lot of closed-minded people who see what we do and don't even want to hear why. Even people who live off the grid understand that harvesting wood is essential to survival. You have to stay warm, unless you're in southern Florida. And then, you know, modern humans, we've got to cook our food for the most part. We can't eat a lot of raw meat. It'll make us sick. So harvesting wood is really almost a necessity. And when done right, I think it can be great for our environment. I mean, look at this view. Yeah, they've left, you know, there's debris everywhere. And I'm sure in some contracts, that's what's agreed on. You know, I understand a lot of times that they drop the tree and they cut the wood that's not useful for timber or pulp is just cut and left to lay, and it'll rot. It'll go back into the earth and come back as new trees in so much time. But, you know, this customer that I'm working for clearly, and it's clear with what he's telling me and what the timber company says, that this company did not follow through with what they agreed on as far as cleanup. So that's the problem here, is not necessarily all the debris. It's that a contractor did not fulfill what they told the customer they were going to do. And to me, that's just not right. So moving on down the mountain, just tons and tons of debris, and I guess I just don't really understand how somebody can't do what they simply say they're going to do. So positivity, keep it in the comments and let us know what you guys think. I'll tell you what, Wilbur has sat, my little old dump truck has sat all week, and it was full of oil, and now it's reading below half, so I just can't believe that. So it may look like he was sitting level, but I don't think so. So I pulled him down here, and we'll check it again. It is a little bit wet today, so I'm using old Yeller to pull my trailer down here to the gravel road. I'll hang that tongue over the gravel and hook up the Wilbur to minimize how much mud we track on to the driveway. And then here in a couple of days, I will bring him a load of gravel down here, spread it on the driveway. Leave it looking nice. Down on that stick. Guess we better add some to it. Yeah. 2 quarts in it. Anyway, that's all I've got on hand. Probably get another quart on down the road somewhere, but the truck's 30 years old, you might as well expect it to leak a little bit. I guess maybe I used it a little bit more than I thought it did last week. Pulling off the logging cleanup job and headed back to the yard to drop the bucket off of this excavator. Gonna put the mulching head on and haul old Yeller up to this next job where we're gonna first be mowing all the roadside growth back, and it'll make it a lot easier for us to get the driveway graded, the ditches cut, and new material brought in and spread. My hope is that these 2 buckets will fit side by side in this loader bucket, so tomorrow when I haul the tractor up to the job, I'm just bringing buckets with this one. We shall see. That's a 6-foot bucket. If that's the case, it will fit. Let us see. valves over. This is our pressure and return lines on both sides, and I have to change them over from controlling the thumb to these lines right here, which is for the feed to the head. And more makes this easy. Easy, easy, easy. As I can remember which way to turn the valves. Just like that. And next, I'm gonna jump into the machine. I can turn the key to the on position and move the thumb control, and it'll release all the pressure to these lines, making it easier to push the quick couplers on. Keep my paper towels in plenty, because it's very important to clean the fittings before you couple them, so you don't get debris into the lines and everything. Clean that end and the nail end. Get them real nice and clean. Clean these grooves. Now, as you use these and these kind of flex, this little groove right in here will get burred. So you take a file and just knock those burrs down. It'll get to the point where it's hard to get them off and on. And it's kind of tough to get them off and on to begin with. So, get this thing's lined up. It should be. This little passageway here makes it kind of tough to line it up just right. That one went pretty well. And I'll always just give these a little turn so they probably won't uncouple themselves, but I'll do that just in case. Same thing here. Only on this side, it's a male end, and the female end goes on that way. And this side also has the case drain, which is essentially an overpressure line. If too much pressure goes to the motor, it'll bypass and go through this line and just run back to the tank. I usually hook it up last. Clean these ends up. Make sure it's lined up. Through here. Get up there. Come on. There she goes. It does not always go that easy. As far as this, these are just caps that keep stuff out when I'm not using this. I'll take that plug out, that cap off, and they'll hook right up. I'll always unscrew this one just a little bit first. Two wrenches and a pair of grips is all it takes to swap this head over. I usually wear rubber gloves, but I don't have them handy today. So, take this plug out holding this up, and it usually won't spill out too bad. Here only is just a little bit of fluid. I usually got this kind of to the side, so I can just pull it in place and push it on. So, doesn't even lose any of that time. Hydraulic oil is not cheap, so you don't want to lose it. And to do this finger tightening, I kind of wiggle this to make it easy to get on. And you don't have to over tighten. This isn't a pressurized line. Just a little bit, a snug there. That's all there is to hooking up a Fecon head. I actually did leave one part out. You got to raise the hood here where the fuel tank is, and you got to swap the PTO over from a two-way control, which you push it one way, your thumb goes up, push it the other way, the thumb goes down, to a single way. And it's got a picture of a little hammer there, and the thumb control will only work one way. And I found these are the easiest thing to use to switch that valve over. Since it's such a tight little spot, it's hard to get a wrench to line up exactly so. That's an easy valve to turn, so you don't need a whole lot of torque to get that adjusted. Now that's all there is to hooking up a Fecon head. Next thing I do is take that cap that I had and I'll wipe it really clean. It's easier to clean as you go. I'll dump this oil into my rag. That way any impurities that got caught in that oil can just run out onto my cloth. Squeaky clean. And then take that cap and those screw right together because they're the same thread. And I've got a rubber glove that I stick this down in my cab under the seat, so I always have it. We're all loaded. I did decide to go ahead and haul the tractor in these buckets first, just so anybody who's in question, this is how I chain the Kubota down, by the front bumper, and then I pull a chain through the lift arms on the 3-point. So let's load up and head to Lester, North Carolina. Alright, so we dropped our buckets and the tractor up here at the top of the driveway, and we'll walk back down to the truck, go get the excavator and haul it back. In the morning, head up to the new job, and we'll just start it on